the fuck am I doing here?
Welcome to New York, buddy.
So, here I am in New York City.
We're looking at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Last night in New York.
Last night in New York City.
It was just supposed to be a weekend visit. Come down, visit some friends, then back up to Canada.
I'm from Jersey. Damn, get crazy out in the middle. Like 4:13 in the morning, yo.
Successful night, all in all.
I found my lift down to New York on Craigslist. Just gave a guy $20 to help cover gas. But I'm having trouble finding a ride back to Toronto, so I start searching nearby cities. Montreal, Buffalo, a ride to Oregon tomorrow.
My ultimate destination is Eugene, Oregon. I'm driving an 81 Volkswagen diesel, 4-speed. It runs great, and it'll get us there just fine.
That's great, but where the fuck's Oregon? Looks like a fun trip. Not going to get me any closer to Toronto though. Oh well, I keep searching, but now I've got visions of this epic Kerouac road trip forming in my mind. What have I got to lose? I give the guy a call. We meet in Union Square an hour later. I didn't take my camera with me, but it went down something like this.
Nils? Yo, Tim. Yeah, man, what's up? So you're going to Oregon? Yeah, dude, got a new job starting next week. What's your deal? Don't really have one. Just thought I'd have a look around while it's down here. That's cool. So when do we leave? Chuck's the mechanic's getting a service. Gonna pick it up this afternoon and we can leave in the morning. Sounds good, man. Let's do it.
So I grab my bag and my camera, and we head off to the mechanics. We drive a few miles north of the city to pick up the vehicle that's going to be taking us 3,190 miles across the USA. Barry, the mechanic, tells us we've got a dodgy fuse and a few other loose bits and pieces, like the seats.
This is gonna be tricky.
But apart from that, we should be good to go.
Hop on in now. Welcome to your future. 3, 2, 1, start.
My new travel companion, Nils, seems like a pretty chill guy. He kind of looks like a cross between Charles Manson and Jesus, so could go either way, really. He's heading to Oregon to do some surveying work or something. A bit vague on the details, but yeah, seems really nice.
I was like, all right, man, like, we're going to Oregon. I want to be there in 5 days, 6 days tops. Like, I got a plan. I got some friends I want to see on the way out, but we can't take too much time, man. Like, I felt kind of bummed because I knew that he was looking forward to, like, seeing the country. In the back of my head a little bit, I was like, man, we're gonna see a lot of highway. I was like, shit, I've done this trip before. Like, I'm not trying to go sightseeing.
Get out of here.
Bye.
Goodbye, hon.
These are our good luck charms on our first road trip. We didn't have so much as a flat tire in 15,000 miles.
As we get to the end of the street, Nils mentions the small matter of getting the truck registered before we leave town. Sure, why not?
How's that fitting with your plans?
Oh yeah, that kind of fucks my plans up.
So we just failed our roadworthy test, so we have no registration. Looks like we're not going anywhere straight away.
The guys who did the inspections said that probably what I need to do is order up a new ball joint, and I wonder how quick you could get a ball joint in the truck for me. Thanks, Barry. Okay. Barry's gonna have it ready for us tomorrow at noon.
Barry installs the new ball joint and we drive straight to the nearest inspection station. Eventually the mechanic comes out to tell us the headlights aren't working. Neil starts fiddling around with something on the dash and ta-da, the lights come on. Yeah. The guy comes back out like an hour later and he's all like, sign this, pay that. And we're like, did we pass? And he's like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We're on the road.
Here we are in our little orange truck, off to explore the United States.
Oh shit, we're gonna pass somebody.
It's nothing like having the open road out ahead of you. We're heading west. Feels good.
I asked Nils if he needs me to check the map. He laughs and tells me the only time we're turning off the interstate is to buy gas and Red Bull. Wow, sounds like fun.
We're staying with my friend Tina in Indiana tonight. It should take us about 6 or 7 hours to get there. The oil lamp starts flickering in the dashboard.
Oh shit, smoking.
And there's fucking steam and smoke everywhere.
Okay, it's coming out of the coolant line right here. Just let it flow off the pressure. Because radiator repairs are expensive, it is not wise economically to neglect the cooling system. Okay, tell me now.
A tow truck driver pulls over to help us out. Turns out he owns an old Volkswagen too.
What year is it? 81.
Mine's an 84.
I bought it from a guy out in Wisconsin, and I did pay too much for it, but I love it. I want to take care of it, and
Oh, you want to put some in? See how it holds up?
He tightens up the coolant hoses the best he can, but now the hazard lights have run the battery flat, so he gives us a little jump start.
So the plan now is apparently there's a salvage yard about 3 miles down the road here. So we're going to go down and see if we can find maybe some hose fittings or something.
We find the junkyard no problem, but it doesn't seem to be open at midnight. Weird. And that's why I'm standing in a junkyard in Pennsylvania at 12:30 in the morning.
find a hotel somewhere, cool it until daylight. I'm a mechanic tomorrow.
I've seen people get killed in these rooms in movies.
Oh, for sure. Friggin' big place.
Emlenton, Pennsylvania. Population 500.
See you in the morning.
Hey, 7 o'clock. We're just gonna grab some brekkie and then go up to the mechanic and see if we can get this truck fixed.
Yeah, your head gasket or a cracked head or something is blowing the compression from that cylinder back through the water.
Well, that means we're pretty well screwed. Yep. Huh.
We're like, what are we gonna do? We're stuck in this shitty town, fucking small town, Bert's Auto.
We get sent down to the local small town mechanic.
You know, and our problem is our justicial system in the United States sucks. You know, you get caught killing somebody, shouldn't be none of this shit sitting in jail. Put a bullet in the guy's head.
Bert's our mechanic. And Bert's automotive. Bert's a pretty good guy, you know. I feel like he treated us well.
Where are you going?
Oregon.
Well, if he can give me a hand, we can get it ripped off today and maybe get it down, get a machine, find out what gas we need.
Yeah,
Maybe have you guys back on the road tomorrow.
that'd be brilliant.
There's not a whole hell of a lot to do around here. There's a strip club straight up the road right there.
Yeah.
Just on the other side of the bridge. They aren't real good looking women. There's not much alcohol in you. It's just about anything that's halfway decent. So.
Oh Lord.
But it's it's $10 getting indoors, so.
Yeah. Bert loaned us a couple of bicycles and he showed us where to ride them on this trail, Allegheny River Trail, which is pretty cool.
I'm riding down a river in Pennsylvania because we're broken down for the day.
Am I on?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
After our bike ride, Bert takes us down to the bar to have a few beers and show us off to the locals.
We met this couple at the bar, pretty wild characters, and they could appreciate what we were going through. So they said, hey, why don't you guys come out to our place, we'll take care of you for a couple of days. We were like, yeah, cool. I was pretty eager to save my money, and this seemed like a good opportunity to do that, even if it did get one of us killed. It turns out to be a trailer in the woods.
They boast they don't have to pay property tax because their house still has wheels and a valid license plate.
You just do your thing and then dump it. I don't even know where to start. Good hearts, the both of them. Really, really solid people.
Shit just flies right on it.
Learned a lot about Western PA countryside living in a piecemeal trailer with kegerator, I think was their most reliable appliance. Ex-Hell's Angel, loves his motorcycle. Lots of stories that scare you.
So here I am, 3 days into my Trans-America epic, eating s'mores cooked over a 44-gallon drum outside a trailer in the backwoods of Pennsylvania. This was not in the Craigslist ad. Pretty good. We spend another 2 nights in the woods before we head back into town to pick up the truck. We head straight to the mechanics, but Bert is nowhere to be seen. Turns out he went to pick up a hose for the truck, but he's broken down.
Where are the keys at for this 4-runner?
So me and Nils have to go pick him up.
This is just stupid.
We drive a few miles out of town and find him sitting on the side of the road.
Didn't have enough gas, I don't think.
And the hose Bert bought doesn't fit.
Game is too short. We're gonna get a piece of plumbing. I was headed to get some plumbing and the car started running out of gas. That thing's a gas hog. Yeah, I figured at 4-cylinder it'd get over 20.
We should have been back on the road days ago. I appreciate the situation, but they just seem completely incompetent.
They've discovered the truck doesn't have its original engine. Our 81 Volkswagen Rabbit is packing an 85 Jetta engine.
We might be able to fit on the 2 nights.
I'll just give them 2 nights.
Yeah. It's kind of unfortunate that River City or wherever the fuck he lives that I bought this thing from isn't like right on our way, because we'd go straight through there and have a word with him face to face. Yeah. Jeff, after he's done working on the truck, he's like, man, that was the first diesel I ever worked on. Psyched. Let's get the fuck out of here.
The truck finally splutters to life, and we back out of there and floor it, not looking back until we're safely back on the interstate, with Emlenton nothing but a bad dream in the rearview mirror. Yeah, it was quite an ordeal.
How many days, Tim?
6 nights. Yeah, is that right?
Our new favorite hometown, Embleton, PA.
Sure, we're running a few days behind schedule, but at least I got to see some of that real America I was after.
We went straight to Indiana to see my friend Tina. We stayed at Tina's for one night, slept very comfortably. Got back on the road the next morning, pretty much without a hitch.
When you know the mile down that country road where the sun don't shine so the grass don't grow, wrong too many times to make it right. And we've been...
Tim and I left Indiana, feeling pretty good. The weather was great. Heading west, feeling really good about that.
We crossed the Mississippi into Iowa. For all the songs written about that river, it ain't much to look at. The snow starts coming down pretty heavy, like might have to stop for the night heavy.
Look at Des Moines, Mom, Des Moines. Yeah, we're 50 miles east of Des Moines. Like an hour-to-hour report for the city of Des Moines. Yeah, that would be great. Getting a weather report.
Nils's mum tells us we're heading into the worst of it, and it'd be safer if we called it a night and got some sleep. So we decide to keep driving.
Jackknife tractor trailers everywhere.
We're not 2 miles down the interstate when we see a car smashed up on the front of a semi and another truck jackknifed across the road. Maybe it would be safer to stop for the night. So we start looking for the next exit and the headlights turn off. Just completely black.
Just a quick dashboard repair. Remove the bezel, a screw on the backing to that switch a little bit tighter, make sure the wires are secure. And that'll do for a while yet, I think. Sure. We got to a hotel at like 4 in the morning. We got 2 hours of sleep after seeing pretty much nothing but snowflakes in front of our faces. We're going to sleep, man. We're going to fucking sleep.
In the truck?
No, dude.
Okay.
We got a room. We got 2 room keys for room 151. There's a continental breakfast tomorrow morning between the hours of 6 and 9 p.m. Coffee is on 24 hours a day. And they hope we enjoy our stay.
Today, we're heading to see Nils's college friend, Ryan, in Summit County, Colorado.
For 6 hours I break my bones, only 6 more hours and I'm halfway home.
We've been driving through the flat states since Pennsylvania. Now the Rocky Mountains are starting to pop up in the distance. Feels like we're actually going somewhere.
Well, I don't want faith.
The mountains are such a cool marker in the middle because you get there and it's like, oh man, we're finally getting somewhere. It's like once we get past these mountains, we're home free.
If you don't, well, I'll see you on the other side of the wall.
The Tangerine Dream crawls to the top of the mountain to Nils's friend's place.
Brian and Ellie, terrific people, both of them. Both of them have jobs that you wish you had. Brian is a backcountry ranger in Vail Pass, Colorado. Allie's a ski patroller at A Basin. She gets to blast the snow with bombs and watch big-ass avalanches come down.
We have a few beers with them, but don't stay up too late. We've got an early start in the morning. Looks like we aren't leaving Summit County anytime soon.
There was a lot of time on this trip when Tim could have just cashed it in. It would have been really easy for him, man. He could have picked up another ride just as easy as he picked up my ride. But it was like, it wasn't just a trip because we were going somewhere, it was a trip for the sake of the trip.
Man, there's no way I'm bailing on this. This is exactly what I signed up for. And hey, might as well have some fun while we're stuck here, right? Ryan and Ali hook us up with free boards and lift passes, and I get to experience my first Rocky Mountains powder. Ryan takes us to Loveland Pass. We park the car, hike up to the peak, and carve down through the untouched powder, weaving through the trees till we hit the road. Then just stick out your thumb and hitch a ride back to the top. We still haven't heard from the mechanic about what's wrong with the truck, and I don't think we really care anymore. Ryan takes us on a little adventure. We grab some ropes and hooks and walk off into the forest. We arrive at the base of a frozen waterfall in the middle of nowhere. Can't see the road, no traffic, no one else around.
Put on the crampons with the front points and the fucking ice axes and just start swinging them going up this wall.
I was chipping at the ice and chunks would fall off, and at the very top I could actually see the water flowing through the ice I was hanging onto. All I could think about was where the next pick was going to go. I didn't look down, didn't worry about how high I was, didn't worry that the whole thing was just going to collapse at any moment. I just got to the top and looked down and shat myself. It was easily the best day we'd had on the trip so far.
Yeah, Ryan took us on some fucking sweet hikes. Did some backcountry up behind his place.
Ryan gave me a little avalanche lecture that kind of scared me just a little bit.
When you get closer.
If you're caught under, is then just yelling out?
If you get caught, no, you're just gonna waste your oxygen.
We spend a beautiful sunny day hiking through the snow until the mechanic calls to tell us he's got the truck running again.
How long been since you changed that fuel filter, do you know?
It wasn't too old, I don't think.
It looks terrible.
It looked really
Yeah, that's why I was wondering.
We got the truck back from the mechanic. Tim convinced me not to let it run all night long. I was afraid that we weren't going to be able to get it to start in the morning.
I thought it might run out of gas and then we could be in even more trouble, so we switched it off.
doing that.
Ew, could be in a little trouble on this one. Nils goes out and buys an emergency jump starter kit, then reads the instructions. Must charge for 30 hours before use. Can you roll start diesels? Only one way to find out.
He said just do it.
County Route 52.
51?
51, sorry. Tow company knew just where to come, and they put a battery starter on the truck and got it going again, and we figured we'd let it run for about an hour while we pack it up.
Man, am I glad we got that thing started again. Don't think Nils would have been very happy with me if we were stuck here for another day.
Allie comes into the house just as we're moving the last items out. She says, "You know there's a big puddle of coolant under your truck?" I looked at her and,
Motor stopped. Coolant's empty.
Truck went back to the mechanic. Calls me up and he says, "You know, you've blown a giant hole in your radiator." That was about the worst thing I could have heard at that moment. We were really ready to leave Ryan and Allie's, and I think they were really ready to have us go too. You know, when you've overstayed, you're welcome.
Hi Ryan, I'm interested in finding a radiator for my Volkswagen. See if I could confirm some measurements from you, because I can't find any measurements on the website.
I ordered a radiator, Tim.
Good. When's it getting here?
5 business days. Yeah.
That makes 3 weeks in Colorado.
Yeah.
Our original plan was to stay at Ryan's place for 1 night, and now we've been there for about a week and a half.
He says, "I just got this phone call this morning. Allie's coming home with a blown knee. She's in the hospital. Like, there's no room here anymore. There is a bunkhouse for the Forest Service, and you guys can crash there tonight. Just keep a low profile." The next morning, Ryan's boss comes down. He says, "Do I know you guys?" He wasn't too happy. He didn't say more than 2 more words to us before he turned around and left. Ryan calls me up like, no more than 10 minutes later, and he's like, dude, get out of there right now. Click.
Looks like we need somewhere else to stay while the truck gets fixed. We've pretty much run out of money, so I log on to couchsurfing.com, a website I joined up to that's just a whole bunch of people offering up their couches for travellers to sleep on.
So we got hooked up with some total strangers.
Ryan and Nikki let us crash for a couple of nights. We watch the Super Bowl and go snowboarding. Again. 3 days pass and the radiator still hasn't shown up. So to avoid overstaying our welcome again, we find a new place to stay.
We hooked up with this guy named Bo on Couchsurfing. Bo's the man, and he really enjoyed being part of our story. We had a killer time with him.
Bo gives us his discount code for the local supermarket, so we go and buy a heap of beer and play foosball all day.
Bo says, half joking, those guys are getting a poker game together upstairs. You know, if you guys, can ante up like $20, I'm sure they'll let you sit.
I fancy myself a bit of a poker player, and we could definitely use the extra cash.
I think Bo loaned him the money, which is super cool. He goes upstairs and we don't see him again for I don't know, it's a few hours. It's a good few hours. Man, he comes downstairs and he's like throwing money everywhere. He's like, man, I won.
$90. Looks like our luck is finally turning around. And we get a call to say the radiator's finally arrived. The mechanic's going to install it first thing in the morning.
Hi, this is Neil Shangala? Okay. Yeah, no one's allowed up into the county. Yeah, but... Okay, well, highway's closed. Summit County's closed. Mechanics couldn't make it in today. It's Friday, so they'll be up on Monday.
Time to move house again.
Dara's actually a really cool dude. We crashed at his place through Couchsurfing.
Good traction, I think, back.
Dara's pride and joy is an old school bus he's converted to run on used vegetable oil.
But that's like my raw tank. That's like my dirty tank. I mean, this thing gets humming. Like when it's up there, it's like...
Right, it's already a community.
Dara's in the process of setting up a grease cycling program to encourage locals to use veggie oil as fuel.
Dara's got a snowmobile, so we took some rides around the block on the snowmobile. I think it was Tim's first ride, so I was stoked for him.
The mechanic calls to tell us the new radiator's in and the truck's ready to go.
That's just an East Coast car for you. That pretty much just rotted out.
They're like, oh, we just turned it off to save some gas, and we're like, oh no! And they're like, don't worry, we'll start it. We're like, yeah, of course, whatever.
Yeah, of course it'll start.
Turn it on, no, nothing. So they end up roll starting it. You can roll start a diesel. We just weren't trying hard enough.
Yeah, we just had to have a F-250 to hook it up to and drive it
down the main street. The look on Nils' face is priceless. You can't believe his truck's running again after 3 weeks. It's getting late, so we're going to stay at Dara's one more night and leave for Utah in the morning. This time, Nils insists on leaving the truck running overnight.
I did spend some time sitting in the snow on my ass, on my back, like upside down on my head, like trying to fix my truck.
Luckily, Nils is getting to know the truck quite well, and we're back up and running in under an hour.
Sun is shining. Weather is sweet.
We're on our way to Alta Ski Resort in Utah. Just one more stop before we leave town.
One of my only priorities for the trip was to bring a keg of beer to Alta. I worked there, all my boys are out there, and you can't buy kegs in Utah. So if you're coming from Colorado, man, roll through in style, bring a keg of beer, have a great party.
Back on the interstate.
Yeah. It felt so good to leave those mountains behind, heading towards Salt Lake City now. I wanted to get to Utah so badly. All I could think was just seeing my friends, strapping my skis back on. I knew it was going to be a party. I knew it was going to be a good time.
I'm walking down alleyways, but I could never turn back if I tried.
It's starting to get dark out, and we noticed for the first time that day that the truck's headlights weren't really working that well. It got so that it was getting darker and darker out, and we just couldn't see anything. Couldn't see the road except for other people's lights passing us.
Let's have a look.
We're en route. We actually just pulled over because the fucking headlights are dying. We gotta find out what's going on with my battery. You can see some wires through there. It's not shorting out against anything metal, so I don't think that should be the problem, but...
A bunch of the electrical wiring is loose. Nils fixes it as best he can, and we pull into the next truck stop to have a proper look.
We got a bad alternator hookup here. Loose as can be. We got sheared bolts that shouldn't be sheared. They're supposed to be holding my alternator on. They're not doing that anymore. So we're gonna get towed to Grand Junction.
So we're about 15 miles out of Grand Junction, no battery or alternator or no power in the headlights, and I can't find my wallet. I either left it in Dillon when we filled up with gas, or I dropped it at one of the last two exits when we tried to fix the headlights.
Hi, I need help. I'm in Colorado. My alternator isn't charging and I'm just dead on the road.
Driver's license, Commonwealth, visa, St. George, student card, Medicare card, TD Canada, $80 and change. Phone numbers, maybe Bo's number, someone will call it, and then he'll go like, oh yeah, Tim lost his wallet.
All his information, this stuff, you need this stuff. If you're him and you're halfway around the world, you really need this stuff. I felt bad. I was down for him, but it was tough. The last thing I wanted to hear was that he lost his wallet. Like, what? What do you mean you lost your wallet? Like, my truck doesn't work again. We gotta get towed again. Like, where's your wallet, man? Find it.
Motor just went on. I don't know what happened. It just started smoking on me and knocking it. So I have another truck en route to you.
Holy hell. All right, man. Appreciate it.
Okay, no problem.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Whoa. Whoa. Oh my God. Okay. The tow guy.
The tow truck just blew up.
The tow guy said that his engine just blew up.
When that happened, it was more funny than anything else because we were at the end of our wits. There was no other way to handle that kind of news. Like, oh, like someone else's engine blew up.
It happens.
Oh, I'm gonna cry, dude. I don't know what to do, man.
Well, let's go get my wallet.
What the
Do you reckon?
fuck?
We go look for my wallet? Like a mile away?
Dude.
Come on.
Did you used to run track, man?
Hey. Hey.
This truck isn't moving, man.
Hey.
The fucking alternator's gonna fall off.
Hey,
dude.
it's fine. We just drove like 200 miles.
This trip was supposed to take 5 days. We just were stranded in Summit County for a month. And now my alternator is falling off.
What happened to the music? Need something a bit crazy now?
I stopped
Get some angry music on?
Yes, angry music.
The mechanic doesn't waste any time bolting the alternator back in, and we're back on the road in the morning.
Yeah, pretty ridiculous. Fucking another $300 bill. Fucking, yeah, rough, dude.
We're just getting ready to leave town when Nils gets a phone call.
Yeah, my friend Tim, we're traveling together. Really? I have your wallet.
Where?
Tim is waiting anxiously to speak with you. I'll put him on.
Hello? Alright, sweet. So what's the deal? Where did it turn up? I missed that bit. Where did it turn up? What happened?
Pat? Somebody? In here who lost a wallet. The wallet was turned in and one of our guys apparently has it. Yeah.
I'm assuming you're him?
Yep.
Google Earth is higher.
Looks like you. I think he said 80 bucks in there. I found it over, the mailbox is over by Rapid Creek Road. Right there as you're going up to the water plant, there's that big stack of mailboxes down at the bottom. Yeah, going to the guys over there, found it. And there happened to be a phone number on the back of one of his receipts. And Pat called that number and asked if he knew him, and that's got it all squared away.
Yeah.
Woo!
Driver's license. Lucky on that.
Unbelievable.
You guys, you are so lucky. I can't even tell you. When I talked to you yesterday, you sound so bummed out.
Oh, dude, I had no idea what I was doing. Like, some farmer went and checked their mail this morning and found a wallet sitting on the ground in a puddle. So it was like 3 miles back up the road, just sitting on the ground where we first stopped and got out of the car.
I was like, dude, how do you know how to call me? And he's like, you know, I just kind of took a shot in the dark. There was your number written on the back of a receipt.
You know, do you know why that's there? I just got it out of Nils's phone so I could use it at City Market to get a discount. So I just scribbled it on the back.
I was like, whoa. I can't believe you're calling me with this right now.
Tim got his wallet back, and it was like a fucking miracle. It was like, if we hadn't written this number down just to use it as like our discount code because it was Bo's password at like the Stop and Shop, man, Tim's wallet would still be, you know, it would still be, yeah. My wallet's in my back pocket, the alternator's back under the hood, and the keg's still in the back of the truck. Maybe a bit shaken, but not to worry. Time to get our asses to Utah. That was a good day, man. We got back on the road. We got my alternator mount fixed. We spend the night at Nils's friend's place in Salt Lake City. As soon as the sun's up, we hit the road for Alta Ski Resort to see Nils's old workmates.
Oh, fucking didn't put the coolant cap back on. Oh, I'm such a dick. Fuck! Yeah, the coolant cap, like, you might see it in your driveway or like 10 feet down the street from your house.
I was like, I don't have enough problems. I'm making problems for myself now.
Yeah. Wow, that was dumb.
You bringing it down for her?
Yeah. Yeah. She found it at the end of the street. Bonehead move of the year.
We made it, man. We brought a keg of beer to Alta, and that was first real thing that I had to do that I did. And I was like satisfied, had a sick party, Buckhorn was kicking it. Did one day of good skiing at the mountain.
It's all been done before you. And I ever thought of.
We need that window. Oh, we we gotta take the door apart.
Pulling out of the parking spot, Tim goes to crank down the window, and the whole pane of glass just crashes into the door.
Hold on. I'm gonna go and park us up the hill so we can roll start again if we need to.
Oh well, it was bound to happen sooner or later, right?
Don't say shit like that.
I didn't mean to fucking break the window.
I know. I feel like we've created this prophecy that needs to be fulfilled now.
I guess I got pretty frustrated a couple times. It didn't help when my number one guy was like reaching for a camera instead of a wrench or a flashlight. We put a little bit of duct tape back on it. We made it so that it would stay up and not come down, so we were psyched.
Windows fixed?
Yeah, we put the window back together. Temporarily.
I never thought it'd be easy. The truck meanders down Little Cottonwood Canyon and out onto the interstate, just north of Salt Lake City.
We gotta just get to Oregon, man. If we make it there, the world will be beautiful, and I don't care what happens.
By this stage, Nils has obviously missed the surveying job he had lined up. I think it's just pride driving him now.
Man, the only priority was to get to Portland, because if I didn't get there and everybody's gonna be like, told you so, told you weren't gonna make it in that truck, told you weren't gonna make it.
Searching for something worth fighting for. Oh, I was fighting.
Welcome to Oregon. 40 days after leaving New York, we're finally here. Tonight we're gonna stay in the town of Bend. Tomorrow morning, just a 5-hour drive to the coast.
Yeah, we just crossed over from Idaho. The truck is like working really well, so I think we're gonna make it. My friend Tim is with me, just kind of a rideshare guy that I picked up in New York City before I headed west. Well, I'll give you a call if anything crazy happens, but yeah, I should be there. I think that Bend is like, what, a 3-hour drive maybe? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Doc. Later. They're looking forward to us arriving tomorrow.
Sweet.
Yeah, good deal. Where the hell are we? We're in a 20-mile-an-hour zone, and we got brake lights. City center.
Well, we got to Bend a lot sooner than expected, and the truck's running, so we decided to keep going.
We're gonna see the beach tonight. We drove all the way to the dunes, and we got to the shore, and we parked the truck, and we turned the engine off, and we sat there.
Walking in sand. We could hear the waves crashing just over the sand dunes, and man, we were pretty excited. Like, this has been a long time coming.
We made it, man.
Yeah. We can't make out anything in the darkness, but we know somewhere less than 100 meters in front of us is the Pacific Ocean.
We made it, Tim.
Sick.
There was no greater asset to us than our positivity. Basically, we ended up having a really sick trip. We didn't kill each other, and we didn't have to kill anybody else. And we made it. We fucking made it. We fucking made it. It was the classic road trip, and it was never supposed to be.